Bard. I'm not going to cut people slack.
Fox is the one place where dissent is allowed.
We have voices. We won't be silent.
Who controls my voice? Nobody.
Fox News Channel. Real news, real.
I'm Jeff Vaughn with today's news headlines. J.B. Pritzker has unseated incumbent Bruce Rauner as the new governor of Illinois after a large victory last night. Kwame Raoul is the state's new attorney general. Locally, the Lamard Township Fire Protection District will consolidate with the Fairfield Rural Fire Protection District, and Matt St. Ledger defeated Seth Root in the Edwards County Commissioner race. The city of Albion will be flushing water lines today and tomorrow in the northwest portion of the city, north of West Main Street and west of North 5th Street. The lines around Wanborough Lake will be flushed on Friday. Affected residents are asked to check for discolored water during these times before handling laundry duties. Fairfield Community High School will hold a Veterans Day program on Friday morning at 10 in the East Gymnasium. Doors will open to the public at 9:30, and there is no charge to attend. Guest speakers at the event include Lieutenant Colonel Terry Prizer and Amy Doty, and FCHS students that have enlisted in the National Guard or who plan on joining the military after graduation will be recognized. Illinois State Police will be conducting an alcohol countermeasure enforcement in Wabash and Edwards counties throughout the month. The patrols are designed to allow troopers to work even harder at removing DUI offenders from the roads, along with other drivers who are operating vehicles in an unsafe manner. Those are your headlines. I'm Jeff Vaughn.
Time for a Wednesday check of sports. 11 Mules were named to the Black Diamond Conference All-Conference football team. Dylan Hefner was named Conference MVP as well as first-team offense. His selection marks the fourth straight year Hefner has been named All-Conference. Other first-teamers include offensive lineman Chandler McGill and Jake Kinney, and skill position player Wyatt Gilbert. On the defensive side, lineman Josh Hudgens, linebacker Cade Carter, and defensive back Reese Lee were named first-team All-Conference. Lee was named defensive captain. Edwards County placed 7 on the All-Conference team. Andrew Tremble was named to the first team as an offensive lineman, and Martin Schmittler and Joe Richards to the first team defense as linebacker and defensive back, respectively. High school volleyball, FCHS places 4 and Edwards County 3 on the Black Diamond East All-Conference volleyball team. Lexi Hodds of FCHS and Maddie Hout of Edwards County were named co-captains. Other team members include Macy Clark, Kylie Stewart, and Jacqueline Sims of FCHS, and Michaela Troyer and Shayla Potts of Edwards County. Junior high girls basketball from last night, Center Street over Carmi 27-14. Center Street won the JV game as well. Jasper Jeff 47, Bethel 17. Bethel won the JV game. NHL action last night, Blues over Carolina 4-1. FCHS holds its football, volleyball, and cheer squad awards program Monday in the FCHS cafeteria. A meal will be served to all athletes and parents at 5:30 p.m., followed by the awards presentation around 6:20 p.m. NBA action tonight, Pacers host Philadelphia, Bulls are in New Orleans. That's a Wednesday check of sports. Have a great day. Time for that Fairfield area weather forecast. Mostly sunny today, high 55. Partly cloudy tonight, low 30. Cloudy skies 50 tomorrow. For Friday, cloudy skies, high 45. Sunshine 40 on Saturday, and for Sunday, cloudy skies with a high of 45. Overnight low 39. Yesterday's high was 62. Currently humidity at 87%. Winds are calm. Pressure at 30.23 and holding. Right now, sunshine and 42 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Now 6 minutes past 8, it is time for Morning Coffee.
And a pleasant good morning to everyone. I'm going to invite you to join us not only just on the radio, 104.9 FM, but also on YouTube. And I've got a special incentive for you to do that this morning. Isn't this exciting?
A special incentive.
We're going to be giving away 1 pair of tickets to see Blake Shelton at the Ford Center before they go on sale.
Ooh.
All right? They go on sale on Friday. So the next 2 mornings, if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to get to it through Facebook. If you like Facebook, WFIW Radio on Facebook, you can find the link, or just go on YouTube and write in WFIW in that, and it'll take you to WFIW Radio. You access the video of this morning's morning coffee and tomorrow morning's morning coffee, either one. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you to do both, okay?
All right.
Just one of them.
You're not going to put anybody through that kind of torture,
no.
right?
Make a comment. Good, bad, ugly. No, don't make it ugly.
All of the above.
They'll show a picture of me and the good.
Yeah,
Show
so
a picture of Dave.
I want to be Lee Van. I want to be.
I'm the ugly.
I want to be Lee Van Cleef.
Okay. All right. So let us know you're watching by putting your name on, and then your name will be put into the hopper.
Show him the hopper.
Okay. Here's. I can't reach the hopper.
Can you reach the hopper?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna.
Here. Let me show him the hopper.
There we go. I got the.
Yes, it's.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
there it is.
There.
There.
You
Winning
can see
tickets.
it. There it is.
There's
There
the
it is.
hopper.
That's the official hopper.
Right there.
All
there
right.
it is.
You're
Drawing
That's-
bucket.
okay.
That's one of Derek's former
Did he spell it right? Yeah.
Cheetos buckets.
Drawing bucket.
All right,
BACKET.
So here's what you do. You go, you access the YouTube, so you're watching us on video, and you click and make a comment so that we can see your name. Those names will be put into the hopper, and we'll pick a name out of it. And tomorrow we will announce after the show on our new news or on the station that we've picked a winner randomly, and you'll get tickets for this show. This is the Friends and Heroes Tour, Blake Shelton. It's going to be over in Evansville. The show date is March 2nd, so you got a lot of time to prepare for that.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you need to get the day off, you got a lot of time to request that day off.
I have two quick questions
All right.
in case our listeners are wondering.
All right.
If you tune in this morning and put your name down as viewing,
Right.
and you do it again tomorrow, will your name be entered twice?
Well, let's decide. Team.
I say yes.
Mark,
yeah,
you gonna
why
be in it?
not?
Yeah, I say
agree.
yes. If we're going to make them, if we're going to torture them, having to watch this 2 days, okay. But I don't know if you can go on there like today and put your name 3 times. The most times your name will be
2.
entered will be twice.
Yeah.
And the second thing is this radio station will have a winner. It's
Yes.
not corporate wide.
No. It's per station,
Okay.
and there are 18.
So there
stations,
you go. We will have a winner for 2 tickets to the Blake Shelton concert, March. What'd you say?
6th, I think.
March the 2nd.
No, 2nd.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
I will look.
The on sale date
It's
is
one that
Friday.
ends in Y.
March 2nd of 19 is a Saturday.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
Yeah. All right. So
That's
there
it.
is. All you got to do is go
All
ahead
you
and-
got to do.
is go in. You can see us here at Morning Coffee. And let me just say, last night we used the video, the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
At one point, we had over 140 people watching it during the election.
Watching the
coverage.
election returns.
So,
Okay, I
pretty
just
sweet
went
deal.
from our Facebook page going to YouTube, and
He wants the tickets. He's going to comment, I bet.
I'm
No,
going to
you're
mark
not
that
gonna
I
get-
like it. Where do I make a comment?
you got to make a comment. You got to press the middle button there. It says comment. See, now what you're doing is you're replaying the audio so that it confuses everybody.
Yeah.
Here. You got to kill your audio. There you go.
There. But see, where
Now
do
we
I,
won't be able to
where do
hear
I
that
make
annoying-
a comment?
Why don't you go ahead and carry the show there for a little while?
Okay,
while
I do.
try to figure this out.
I
okay?
want to give some good news. There was an Iowa Powerball winner. Now, the Mega Millions was the $1 billion deal, wasn't it? Wasn't that Mega Millions?
Yeah.
Okay. After hearing that, this is interesting. This is a good lottery story. After hearing that someone from Iowa had won half of a nearly $700 million Powerball jackpot, this lady named Loren West couldn't find the ticket she'd bought the day before, so she asked her sister to check her pickup truck.
Yeah.
Well, there it was, on the floor of the pickup truck.
Ooh.
A scrap of paper worth a share of $688 million. Loren is a single mother, 3 daughters. She's going to share that $688 million jackpot drawn on October 27th with someone who bought the other winning ticket in New York City but hasn't claimed the prize. So Loren took the cash option. She's going to get an immediate $198.1 million minus taxes. Loren is 51. She had dreamed of winning a jackpot, but she said, once you've won, you realize the responsibility and the impact you can make, and all the frivolity goes out the window. So I think she's level-headed, can certainly use it, I would think. Well, we could all, people say he doesn't need, yeah, you can always use an extra $198 million.
Absolutely.
So that's a great story.
By the way, I haven't done that yet.
Did you figure it out?
I haven't done it yet. But
Okay.
what I am doing is I can see right now that they're using the Facebook page, and that's fine. If you want to use the Facebook page, because I just got a nice message from someone that said WFIW rocks, and I'm going to put that name in the hopper as well. So that's from the Facebook page. So I've got to figure out.
Oh, the Facebook page.
Facebook
Okay,
page.
well, I'm going to go back to Nosebook and take a look at it.
In the meantime, while you're doing that, how much time do I have before I have to take a break?
A few minutes.
All right. Yesterday,
Couple of minutes.
I went ahead and took the plunge yesterday. I've talked rather openly about the fact that I missed a deer at point blank range on Saturday morning with my antiquated.
And you think that was because
of the
crossbow?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
There was no user error involved in that?
No. So I went to Ultra Products yesterday, and Carla hooked me up with a new Parker crossbow. I'm now predicting that I will tag out before this is over with, because I went and I shot it. I used the scope to try to get things, there were neighbors around Ultra Products that
wearing helmets, body armor,
I hit
Kevlar.
No one was hit.
So what you're saying is, it's a good thing you didn't have your old crossbow.
Oh, they would have been toast, because I was aiming away from them. They could have got hit. And so don't forget, I will be, now while I will not take a T-shirt, I will not be entered into because we're giving away a crossbow. I already have a new crossbow for life, because these Parkers are warranted for life. But Show Us Your Rack coming up and continuing. Last time I looked, we had about 10. I think it's the first 25 get T-shirts from Ultra Products. Carl out there, the good folks, and
you're going to have to bring it. Do we have the T-shirts yet?
No, not yet.
Well, when we get them, we'll have to bring them out here and hold them up to the video camera.
Well,
that's an oxymoron. Video camera. Hold them up to the camera.
I'm just saying, I'm willing to predict this point that there will be. Well, the deer are shaking in the forest as we speak. They know I'm coming, and they know I have a weapon that can dismiss them.
You said video camera was an oxymoron?
Uh-huh.
How is that?
Well, video is pictures,
and
camera is pictures.
Video is moving pictures, though. Still pictures are different.
But a camera can do video.
I don't think this is a...
Not all cameras can do video.
You said this is about nothing.
Not all cameras can do video.
No, not all.
All right.
I have lots
I can talk about.
I'm feeling very argumentative.
Well,
today.
then challenge us.
Well, I will say this. For our trivia segment later in the hour, you guys don't look all that smart today.
All right.
We're going to take a break.
Carnaby Square has all the ways to look chic and comfortable and accessorize all of your looks for fall. They shop the best markets to bring you cool boutique brands. New labels are on the horizon at Carnaby Square, so stay informed. Check them out on their Facebook page, website, and right here on WFIW. Watch for new deliveries this week. Multiples in red, black, cider, oatmeal, and Loden. Stop in. The Carnaby girls are always ready to assist you with your perfect look, no matter what the season. Carnaby Square, your fashion leader in downtown Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Bill Clinton was elected president?
The American people have voted to make a new beginning.
Fire swept through England's Windsor Castle. Phil Donahue celebrated 25 years on TV. Richard Petty retired after 35 years as the king of stock car racing, while in the comic books, Superman died. We also said farewell to country legend Roy Acuff. Riddick Bowe took the heavyweight title from Evander Holyfield. Barry Bonds won his second MVP award. And here's what the new music sounded like.
So I can save it forever for you. Hey, kid, why can't I love somebody? No, there's never a time to
Okay, when did we first hear all this? The answer and a piece of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Look no further for the perfect bag. Serendipity has Myra bags. Many of these durable canvas bags are handcrafted from upcycled military canvas, and they're nature-friendly. Available in your favorite styles: messenger, totes, crossbodies, weekenders, and more. All fall items are now 25% off, and Christmas is right around the corner. Stop in for a sneak peek of their Christmas selection. Watch Facebook and Instagram for new merchandise. Too much to mention, so much to love. Serendipity Card and Gift, 113 Southeast 2nd Street in downtown Fairfield.
November 1992.
Boys to Men, and In the Still of the Night, the top song of November 1992. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
And a pleasant good morning again. You're on Morning Coffee, the show about nothing after a pretty interesting... Oh, no, it wasn't. It was totally boring evening. I don't mind telling you, it was an incredibly boring evening. I wrote the commentary at 5:45, meaning I totally predicted what was going to happen with the governor's race. I didn't change a word when I recorded it at 10:30 last night. There's no...
Okay, on a local, state, or national scale, what was the most surprising result? Mark, anything that you noticed? Anything
nothing really surprised me.
Any wow factor?
No, nothing.
Yes, I do.
I had one or two
at 7:01 that they predicted that Bruce Rauner had lost, and that he conceded at like 7:23. I thought it would be a little bit closer. I figured Pritzker would win, but I thought it'd be closer than that.
The governor's race in Florida between Gillum and the Republican Ron DeSantis. DeSantis won that. That kind of surprised. Yeah, a little bit, but boy, I don't know about another surprise.
No, and locally, I mean, there was really the only thing we were watching was the fire protection district up in Lamar Township, which they dissolved, and they're with the Fairfield Rural Firefighters now.
The percentage of eligible voters who turned out, we were what Jeff say 46%.
I think he said 47.
47.
46, 47%.
We were low.
Right
Edwards
there.
County had well into the 50s, and who was the other county that had the high? Was it White County?
White County, yeah.
Yeah. But they had county races, Dave.
They did.
That's the thing.
Well,
I mean, if you're going to have a sheriff's race or a treasurer's race or whatever, then you're going to drive more people to the polls. We didn't have anything to drive people to the polls.
As few races as there were here in Wayne County, we have had more races with lower turnout before.
Okay. Well, here's one surprise. I'll give you a surprise.
And I thought 47% turnout for Wayne County. I think that's pretty high for a county in which we had no races.
And the state, state was pretty well given.
Here's one that I think was a surprise. So you tell me if you think I'm wrong. I have always been most impressed, and I'll probably do a commentary about this, by the service that I receive at the Secretary of State's office here in town, the DMV.
Jesse White.
Jesse White.
No surprise to me.
Jesse White. He only got 30% of the vote in Wayne County. The Republican, who I've never heard of before, got 70% of the vote in Wayne County.
I think a lot of people went straight party ballots.
Clearly.
They had to have.
I wonder how many straight tickets there were. Republican, Democratic. I wonder how many.
I guarantee
that would be an available number, wouldn't it?
I won't tell you what I did.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yes, it would be, I would think. I'm not going to tell you what I did, but I did not vote a straight party.
I don't think I ever have.
I have never done that. I always go out of my way to make sure that I do the research as to who's the best person. And I'm going to tell you, Jesse White, as a Secretary of State, has been solid. And if you'll remember, that used to be the ticket into the gubernatorial mansion.
Oh, it did.
You had George Ryan, you had Jim
Edgar. Yeah.
Paul Powell.
Paul Powell didn't.
Wasn't he Secretary of State?
Yes, but he didn't become governor.
No,
they carried him out in shackles.
No, they carried him out in a shoebox.
That's where he stuffed his money.
But didn't he want to be governor?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
think Jesse's ever said he wanted to be, Secretary White
So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, and how many years has he been secretary?
As long as I can remember.
It's been 20, almost 25 years.
He came to Fairfield years ago. Maybe some of our listeners will remember, to the library, right? To the library.
Yes, he's visited almost every library in the state.
He is also the state librarian, in addition to the Secretary of State.
I think he does a wonderful job, and an example, though, that I find hard to believe, that 7 out of every 10 Wayne County voters didn't agree with me that he does a great job.
I don't know that they would disagree that he does a great job. They just voted Republican.
Yeah, and it had to have been straight party tickets.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. If you looked at, of course, the state, went total Democratic from the governor all the way down through the statewide races. But if you get downstate,
John
Shimkus and Bost both won. Bost got the trip in from the president and went over the top there.
And Bailey.
And Bailey, that was 75% of the vote went to Bailey.
And that's not a surprise.
It didn't surprise me that he won. It surprised me the amount that he won by. How about you, Dave?
No, on that race?
Yeah.
No, not surprised. I thought the lowest he would do would be 60-40. So the 70, what did you say, 75%?
75 at one point. I don't know if that's where it ended up.
No, it didn't really surprise me.
All right, well, I do have an update. A lot of people have been asking about this. This is the latest in our attempt to secure former Fox and NBC talk show host Megyn Kelly for Morning Coffee.
We can talk about it?
I'm giving you the update.
We can talk about certain aspects of it.
Okay, thank you. Because I was told some things were off limits. So go ahead.
And they are, Dave. You can't get into the details. You can't get into the... I trust you with these things, Dave. You can't be telling people. Can't be blabbing it around town.
No, I'm not. I'm just making sure that you remembered.
All right. We have hit a stumbling block. Negotiators for Megyn have demanded that we intercede with Taco Tierra that she can go to the front of the line at lunch and supper. When the cars pull around the corner there.
Yeah. But we also threw out a negotiating point that we would take her inside to the front of the line, which could be faster.
That's what. But she doesn't want her Beamer to be in line out onto the street.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that we're dealing with right now.
All right.
I've countered with gift certificates at Carnaby Square and putting her in the Kiwanis Christmas Parade.
With Santa and Mrs. Claus? Or
sitting between them.
Okay. That's very
I haven't
fair.
talked to the Kiwanis about this, but I'm thinking they're going to go with me if I do this.
They should. I think they're reasonable.
We're moving forward because of that negotiating point on my part. And she wants Dr. Molt to offer up some free spider vein treatments. I guess for her. I don't know. I mean...
so Dr. Molt will have to find some.
And some sort of gallbladder gift certificate, if there is such a thing.
Well, for the transplant.
That way, if she were to part ways with us here at the radio station, and that is conceivable. I mean, there could be a point where we if she comes here,
so
that she leaves.
These are all positive points.
Right. Well, she could get that gift certificate, and at a future time, with future gallbladder issues, she could just cash that in with Doc Molt.
Okay.
So there it is.
I think we're making progress.
I do too.
I mean, something this big does not happen overnight.
No.
It could take a little while, but
I see her sitting right between us, Dave.
Hey guys, let's go down to Mena. Let's go down to,
right here. I can see her sitting right here.
Let's go down to Mena, Arkansas. This is
spider veins and all.
Mena, Arkansas.
MENA. How would you pronounce MENA?
Mena.
Okay. Right. And this, I like this story. A high school in Mena, Arkansas received a standing ovation after serenading a cafe last Saturday. The old Skyline Cafe. Oh, by the way, Mena is a population of 5,571, so it's comparable to Fairfield.
Okay.
Skyline Cafe was packed Saturday morning with hungry diners ready for breakfast. However, once the Mena High School Spotlight Choir started to sing, everyone put down their forks and stood. There's a Facebook video which has been viewed over 14,000 times. The choir can be heard singing as diners stand and turn toward them. And the video was received well on social media, where people left hundreds of comments praising the choir.
What did they
why
sing?
Yeah, what did they,
National anthem.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
You know, I actually, you know what?
Well, here's my tie-in.
All right.
There's a restaurant in Evansville at the corner of Morgan Avenue and Green River Road called Mission Barbecue.
Oh, love Mission Barbecue.
Every day at 12 noon, they play the national anthem, and I don't care if you're standing in line or if you're eating your meal.
You stand up.
stand, face the flag, and honor the flag. I love it.
I feel almost compelled to do that every day at 11:44 at this radio station.
Well, growing up at every day, they played the national anthem when I was growing up, and you were required to stop your car and get out.
The radio
Of course, that
station
was
here,
military base, but,
back in the day before you had the 24/7 permission, we signed on each morning at 5:59 to the national anthem, and we signed off with
the national anthem.
I believe we did,
Or America the Beautiful.
something like that. But this is great. And Fairfield has always had a high school show choir. Maybe something they'd want to do. Visit the Barbed Wire or Five Bros or something like that and sing it. But that's just a good story.
Speaking of food, which is one of our favorite topics here on Morning Coffee, as I look directly into the coffee cam. So, Dave, honestly now, put your hand on your heart. How many free meals you're going to sop up this weekend as a veteran of foreign wars, even though you didn't leave Oklahoma?
Well, I'll pass these along to the veterans. All day Friday, Fairfield Memorial Hospital.
It's amazing this guy's not 300 pounds.
Is offering breakfast, lunch, and supper. By the way, it's not dinner, it's supper.
I like to eat at 3 o'clock, and I call it lupper. But go ahead.
All three meals. Saturday morning, I believe, at the St. Edward Catholic Church, there is a free breakfast for veterans.
You got a Zerlini heading that up, right?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Saturday afternoon, after the parade at the Elks Club, Fairfield National Bank provides a meal for those involved in the parade. Sunday, there is the Veterans Service at 11 a.m. at Maple Hill, followed by those attending.
Dave, if you just got carry out half these things, you're going to be covered
pork
next
burgers
week.
And brats, baked beans, and coleslaw in the Fellowship Hall at the First United Methodist Church. And Monday, November 12th, for lunch for all veterans, John's Butcher Block is providing a free lunch, and that consists of a sandwich, chips, and cookies.
Let me recommend chicken salad.
Chicken salad is good. Or one of his delicious sandwiches with your choice of
I haven't been
items.
up there in a while. I did go and get myself 5 very thickly sliced pieces of bologna that I fried, and then I got busted.
You got busted?
I busted because I left the frying pan out, and my wife came in and sniffed it. Okay.
Did you get busted because you're not supposed to have it, or did you get busted because you didn't save her any?
No. What did you fry? Fry. It's fry. What did you fry? Well, I got some.
I fried some lard.
I got some bologna from John's Butcher Block, and she said, "That's not on your diet."
How is it going?
I'm down 33 pounds right now. It's fallen off me.
Yeah.
And
if you see him, if you look at him now, they say the camera always adds 10, 12 pounds onto you. So
you need to lose.
So you're wasting
43.
away to nothing.
You've got to lose 43 to look like you do. Yeah, whatever. Okay, guys. After the break, we forgot to mention something yesterday that happened on November 6th, 2005 in this area. And I want to tell you about that.
You do that, and I'm going to remind everybody about how they can get free.
All right.
Blake Shelton tickets.
We'll do that directly.
All right.
Listen weekdays after the 7:50 news for Community Connection on WFIW AM 1390 and 103.3 FM, your News Talk Connection. Each day we'll be talking to people about community events, community leaders, and on Wednesdays it's Meet Your Neighbor. If you have an event you'd like to talk about, give me a call at 842-2159. Community Connection, weekdays after the 7:15 news on WFIW AM 1390 and 103.3 FM, and now online at WFIWradio.com.
Get the goods
At Napa Auto Parts in Fairfield, buy your windshield wiper blades and Napa will install them free. Napa has a bigger, whole new inventory of heavy-duty parts for semis and tank trucks. And they offer custom-made hydraulic hoses up to 2-inch 4-wire. You get over 100 years of experience from Brent, Jalen, Derek, Steve, and Nolan at Napa Auto Parts, 123 West Delaware in Fairfield.
Napa, get the good stuff.
Hi, this is Megan Berg with People's National Bank. Do you shop on multiple online websites? Are you tired of having to enter your card number and address for every online purchase? People's National Bank has a solution for you. Visa Checkout allows you to safely shop multiple websites and have multiple shipping addresses with just one username and password. It's simple, speedy, and a safe way to pay online. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
Is your credit on the right track? At Expressway Credit Express, we can get you on the road to finding the perfect vehicle at the payment you can afford. Whether you've had a divorce, medical bills, foreclosures, repossessions, or even a bankruptcy, Expressway Credit Express guarantees your credit approval. You are approved. We guarantee it. No matter what you're going through, let Expressway Credit Express get you back on track. Located at the Expressway Auto Mall of America in Mount Vernon, Indiana, or visit creditexpressmtvernon.com.
We know what it took to build your business, and we know what it takes to protect it. Your customers rely on your specialty business, and you can rely on West Bend because we understand your unique needs. Our insurance professionals have the knowledge and skills to provide the coverage you need and the expertise to handle any claims. To find out how West Bend can protect your specialty business, contact me, Henry Simmers, at CSI Insurance in Fairfield at 842-2193.
Google, the company that virtually owns every single move you make on the internet, advertises on TOC Radio. Geico, the insurance outfit run by Warren Buffett, does the same. Home Advisor, Hotwire, Hulu, Netflix, Angie's List, Zillow, Hotels.com, Amazon, Priceline, and Wayfair all advertise on Mass Reach Radio, TOC Radio. Those companies only exist on the internet. What do they know that you may not? Internet-targeted advertising is weak at establishing new customers. For new customers, they turn to mass reach media like TOC Radio. They know if the consumer knows you before they need you, you get the click more often. Internet advertising is a perfectly viable way to advertise. But if someone tells you to throw all your advertising on the internet, tell them you will. Just as soon as Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Larry Page do the same. TOC Radio. Mass media.
And we're back.
Just a reminder, if you'd like to win tickets to Blake Shelton in March in Evansville, you need to go to the YouTube page, the WFIW YouTube page. Join us live and put your name down, your real name, not your handle on YouTube. You got to write down who you are so that you have a chance to be able to win those tickets that we will pick tomorrow afternoon after the show tomorrow. So you have this morning and tomorrow. And join us on YouTube so that you can see these bright, shiny faces. So do you have something?
So what did we forget yesterday?
Oh,
wait a minute.
Oh, we got a call.
Yep. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hey, I'm looking at your bright, shiny faces on YouTube.
Yes.
This is Gordy.
Hi, Gordy.
Hey, how are you, sir?
I pretty good. I went in and I liked you guys, but I'm having trouble commenting on you guys or leaving a message.
Well,
whenever it says say something,
yeah,
it says create a channel to join the chat.
If you go to the WFIW Facebook
we will
page,
take your page there. Yes,
we will check that page too. If you go there, because I'm looking at it, and right now there are 3 comments. One of them says, "You guys are so handsome."
That was Dave's.
Oh, really?
Another one says, "I listen every day. Great show about nothing," which is a compliment. And then, I have another one. Another fella said, "I have a question. Have any of you served on any political boards? After listening to Mike's comments, I have to ask."
Okay.
And then another comment says, "You guys sound good." So we will take comments from the WFIW Facebook page and YouTube.
Okay, so I need to answer.
Did that answer your question?
Well, kind of on the WFIW Facebook page, it says home news, weather, sports, obituary. Community.
No, that's the homepage. That's not the Facebook page.
If you go to Facebook and under search, type in WFIW Radio.
Okay.
Up at the top of your phone.
And like us, please.
And then you can scroll down and you'll see the comments that are made, and it should allow you to make a comment. If not, find a 4-year-old and they'll help.
Thank you.
Well, I've got to get entered for this. My wife says I got to.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're putting Gordy's name down just because he called.
All right.
That's
we will.
good.
We will.
Hey,
and
Gordy,
you're watching.
Gordy, you're in, bud.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
You're in.
Gordy.
Thanks for calling.
So I have to answer that question.
Oh, here are more comments. I really enjoy listening to you every morning. Here is a lady listening to us on YouTube. I can only find a place to comment on Facebook. So,
all right. Well, that's fine. Do that. Yes, I want to say that I indeed. What happened to me? Oh, there I am.
Thank you.
I was elected as a village board member in my hometown of Bethalto, Illinois.
I thought you were going to say I was elected as the village idiot. I'm sorry. Okay, keep going.
You don't have to be elected for that. I was already that before I ran for office.
Well, in some towns they take turns.
I ran for a village board seat, and I had a real awakening, quite honestly. I mean, I'd covered village board meetings and city councils my whole life, and now I was on the other side of the table, and people were coming to complain to me, and I had to act responsible. Learned a lot of lessons. I was there 2 years in that role. I had a 4-year term, but then I accepted the presidency at Frontier, and clearly had to move out of my hometown to be able to come here. So I've had 2 years experience as an elected official, and boy, did I learn a lot.
I will make an observation about elected officials. I have not been elected to a position because I've never run. I have served on Area Development Commission, Chamber of Commerce, But here's what I observe for elected officials. When things go bad, everybody complains and hates them. When things go wrong or go right, very little credit is given.
Yes.
So,
and I want to explain something. I'm not. This has nothing to do with the people. Okay, so let me just be real clear. I think the sheriff does a great job. Donna Masterson, the supervisor of assessments, Liz Ann.
Circuit clerk, go on down. Yeah,
I think they do great jobs. I'm
glad they run.
Me too. I'm not taking a shot at them. I'm taking a shot at the fact that if you're a Republican, there were 8 county board seats, 8 Republicans. The Democrats couldn't find one person to run against those 8. That's incredible to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it to you, or am I just?
I don't remember that many non-races.
Why wouldn't people run? You tell me why. I think I know why. I think it's because they don't want to get lambasted in social media like people like I.
It's tough to do it if you're in business.
Absolutely.
It's tough to be on a school board if you're in business.
Because people will come and say, why did you say this? And why aren't you on my side on this? I'm not going to do business with you because you don't do this. That might be at the heart of it.
Yeah.
Besides that, there's the spirit of service, I believe, is diminishing and going away. I'm doing a whole commentary.
And I'll make one more statement, then I want to mention this. But the why Fairfield? They met this week. I haven't heard anything about it. Why Fairfield? There's a Facebook page, Fairfield Talk. It's these younger people that need to step up and run into these offices to get things done that they would like to see done.
And I'll go further. I was behind Bruce Reeves. He was the first person to vote at First Baptist Church at 6:01 with me. God bless people like Bruce and Royce Carter and the people that were the 8 that ran. At least they ran. We didn't have to go and point somebody to be on the county board. So God bless them. It's just that I just find it hard to believe that from a party standpoint, you couldn't find somebody to run.
With the Why Fairfield movement, I'll call it that, the group, and maybe the Fairfield Talk people and younger people saying what needs to be done, perhaps we'll see in 2 years when there will be some more elections.
Well, there are petitions available now for city council.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That'll be in April.
That'll be in April, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that ends like in December, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Okay, guys, moving along. During the early morning hours on November 6th, 2005, 13 years ago, a deadly tornado touched down about 25 miles southwest of Evansville near the small community of Smith Mills, Kentucky, in northwest Henderson County, Kentucky.
Yep.
The tornado rapidly became a violent F3 tornado, and with a rapid rate of speed, it crossed the Ohio River 3 times before trekking across 3 southwest Indiana counties, leaving a 41-mile path of destruction. 25 people lost their lives. This was the deadliest tornado to strike Indiana since 1974, and at that time, it was the deadliest tornado since 1999 nationwide. 13 years ago.
I believe I was on my way back from Nashville, so I was south of the Ohio when this hit, because we stopped and we watched as the storm went across in front of us.
As you travel on what is now I-69, it was 164 at the time. As you're heading south and you're heading back west again, and there was that huge trailer park on the south side of the road. So much destruction there. Just awful. In fact, if you look closely and know where to look, I think you can still see some signs, yes, of that. So, boy, we don't want to forget that. 2005, November 6th, that Evansville tornado. We also had a text from a listener that said, let's not forget November 11th.
Right.
The signing of the ending of World War I.
100 years? That's what I think he
yeah,
said.
It would be 100 years.
1918.
1918. It was November 11th, 1918.
Mm-hmm. Armistice,
and
I believe. So
that's
11th day, 11th hour, 11th day of the 11th month.
Didn't they call it the Great War to end all wars at the time?
That was it.
So the people, that armistice, there's nobody left from.
There may I'm not sure that there is anyone in the U.S. There may be some in some other countries.
I mean, that served. That's impossible, right? I mean, you have to be 118 years old. Right?
I don't think so.
All right, so
no, I don't. Yeah,
and
I don't think
in our World
anybody.
War II, the greatest generation is leaving us in droves. They really are, and that's frightening. It looks like there's problems for our friend. We'd mentioned Alec Baldwin had a little bit of a problem with his anger. He has a show. I didn't know he had a show. Maybe this is why it's not doing well.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's on Sunday evenings on ABC. Actually, they moved it to Sunday evenings. It used to be on Saturday night, but the ratings have really hit the bottom. Repeats of Shark Tank will replace Baldwin's talk show on Sunday at 10 p.m. The Victoria's Secret fashion show holiday special and The Sound of Music will also air on Sunday nights. You can see it's not going well for Alec Baldwin.
You mentioned Victoria's Secret. I didn't read the story, but there was a little headline, Victoria's Secret now has a $1 million bra. Let's keep moving.
I have a line for that, but I'm not going to do it.
This is G-rated.
This is really a show about nothing, isn't
guys,
it?
I want to talk about...
Because that's something.
That's a pair of something.
After we take a break, we will clean this mess up, and we will talk about traveling over the Thanksgiving holiday.
Uniquely Rustique is ready to make your holiday bright. They have a wide selection of Melissa & Doug toys, and special orders placed this month will be available to pick up in time to place under the tree. They now carry Bibles and inspirational gifts. Come see them Sunday, November 18th during the Holiday Open House from noon to 5 for an extra dose of Christmas spirit. Watch for specials on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Shop early, shop often, shop local. Uniquely Rustique is grateful for your business.
Heavy metal is out. Polymer is in. Wayne White Propane and Sporting Goods has a great price on the American-made 5.56 caliber ATI Omni Hybrid. It has a 16-inch barrel and is all polymer. Buy now for the low price of $485 plus tax. One 30-round magazine comes with your purchase. All state and federal laws apply. Also, now's the time to fill up your propane tank for winter. That's at Wayne White Propane and Sporting Goods, 1423 West Main in Fairfield, 8 to 5 weekdays, Saturdays 8 to noon.
Time to check that radar weather. Mostly sunny today with the high 55. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 30. Cloudy skies 50 tomorrow for Friday. Cloudy skies, high 45. Sunny and 40 on Saturday, and for Sunday, cloudy skies with a high 45. That's your Fairfield area weather forecast. Overnight low was 39. Yesterday's high 62. Humidity currently at 77%. Winds are calm. Pressure at 30.23 and holding. Right now, sunshine, and it's 45 here at the WFIW studios. Radar looking great all over the state of Illinois. Nothing showing up in terms of precipitation in Illinois nor in any of the adjoining states.
You know, the 2 days ago when we had the forecast, Lucas Gifford recorded the weather at like 5:30 that aired, a couple times.
Right.
It was a 100% chance of rain, and I remember,
and it was just beautiful all
he came in and he said, "Boy, that's my voice. I sure hope it rains."
We have a very intelligent audience out there listening, and one of our listeners gave me some information about the last World War I veterans who have passed away. The last living veteran of World War I, which ended on November 11th of 1918, was Florence Green, a British citizen who served in the Allied Armed Forces. She died February 4th, 2012. She was 110 years old.
Wow.
And Frank Woodruff Buckles, he was born in 1901 and died in 2011, was a U.S. Army corporal and the last surviving American military veteran of World War I. He enlisted in the Army, U.S. Army, in 1917 and served with a detachment from Fort Riley, that's in Kansas. He drove ambulances and motorcycles near the front lines in Europe. So,
Dave, when we have...
Thank you, Dave, for that information.
These events, these Veterans Day events, and I know you're a veteran, and thank you for your service.
Welcome.
When you have these events, do we have many World War II veterans that are still active in them?
I can think of one right off the bat, and that's Clifford Reaver's dad, Dwight Reaver.
Okay.
I think there are some, and they just don't come to mind right now. But I know that the honor flight that takes veterans with a chaperone,
right,
in a one-day trip to the nation's capital, they are. It's getting harder to find World War II vets that can go and that are physically able to go. So they are now taking some Korean War. Veterans.
Probably the next in line, right? I mean, to be the Korean War
and
folks.
I have talked to a couple of people who have been chaperones on those trips. Very rewarding.
We helped out. There was my wife and me, Ken and Rita Odie, and Bill and Kathy Book helped receive the veterans back at Evansville Airport after their big day. And they don't know, I'm getting chills right now, but they don't know the kind of welcome they're going to get. Mm. They are brought back. Some are in wheelchairs, but there's just a huge crowd cheering them on, and they hold up a huge picture of how they looked when they were in the service. Oh. I mean, it's awesome. And
the thing about these honor flights that is so wonderful is that the Vietnam War veterans were not welcomed back with open arms or parades or anything like that. So, I mean, the honor flights really served to take care of what was a snub nationally.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
you're blowing up over there. What's going on?
Well, just little
business,
of this, a little of that.
All right.
It's always amazed me, but Thanksgiving season is the record travel time. You would think it would be Christmas, but this year's holiday is expected to last longer than normal. How many million travelers will there be?
Oh, gee.
7% more flying than last year.
60 million.
25 million.
You were a little high.
O'Hare. Why would you even? I wouldn't even want to be near there.
Hartsville.
It's just
DFW.
50,000 people are expected to pass through LaGuardia daily. At JFK, 100,000 each day. We're staying at the house.
Okay, so it's good. Your kids come to you, or do they have their own things?
We alternate, but it does change. Christmas has really changed because the little grandkids, they want to wake up in their own house.
Sure.
Santa won't find them if they come to our house.
Absolutely.
So they want to wake up that morning at their house.
It confuses the jolly man. There's no
We're
doubt
going
about
to.
that.
I'm going to cook the turkeys this year.
You are?
Yeah.
I tell you what. Do you think maybe you could use a stick of butter, put it in the cavity there?
I do that on my chicken, roasted chicken, about a third of a stick.
I'm going to get to see all of my grandchildren this weekend, so I'm really looking forward to it. I don't get a chance to get them all in the same room.
Do you have to take any kind of medication before that happens?
No, I don't. They are. I have to say.
How many girls are there?
One. Just recently, there were, Now, let me. I need to redefine that. Okay, one Dreeth girl. Now, of course, Carol and I have a collective family, and Carol and I have a granddaughter with Carol's daughter,
by marriage.
Rachel. By marriage, yes. So I don't want to slight Lexa in any way. I consider her to be my grandchild as well. But anyway, I get to see all those great kids this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm going to come home and kill 4 or 5 deer. But go ahead.
Okay, we're going to have some fun now.
Oh, really? That'd be the first time in this show.
Let's do something different.
Can we have fun and do nothing at the same time?
And then we need. Then you will do a recap of how people can qualify for Blake Shelton.
Then I've got to spend a half an hour collect all these names after the show so that we can put.
We are going to go back to 1970. While this woman was the highest paid woman on television with 42% of the viewing audience, she quit her show because NBC was running cigarette commercials during its airtime. Who was this lady?
Marlo Thomas.
No.
I think she
Mary
had.
Tyler Moore.
How about Doris Day?
You're in the correct genre.
Diana Shore?
That's close. She was married at one time to Eddie Fisher.
Oh, Debbie Reynolds?
Yeah.
She had a show in 1970?
We don't remember it either.
And she quit because they were running cigarette ads?
Cigarette ads in it. And that didn't the FCC outlaw cigarette advertising on electronic media around 1970?
What was there's 3 people right here that could still tell you 3 or 4 cigarette slogans.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Mm-hmm. There's one.
LSMFT, loose suspenders mean falling trousers. Or was it Lucky Strike means fine tobacco? And there's another one that I cannot say on the radio. And then I'd walk a mile for a camel.
Yes.
Remember the Tarryton commercials with the black eye because they were a little long?
Yes.
Or was that Benson and Hedges?
No. It was Tarryton because I'd rather fight than switch.
It was always a woman that had the black eye. Remember that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something that's interesting. Go on YouTube, put in Dick Van Dyke cigarette commercial, and watch him and Mary Tyler Moore on the set of their show shill for a cigarette company as a commercial, a 30-second and a 60-second commercial in their show.
Kent cigarettes were recommended by more doctors because they had the micronite filter. What was the first cigarette you ever smoked?
I never smoked.
Mine was L&M because they were advertised on Gunsmoke.
As God is my witness, I never smoked a cigarette. The only thing I ever smoked was a Swisher Sweet, and the next morning I decided that was never going to happen again. Honest.
Never smoked cigarettes.
Never, not even one in your mouth lit and inhaled? Okay, well, let's go on.
Once.
Yeah.
I think once.
Me too.
I don't remember what brand it was. I do smoke a cigar every once in a while.
This guy here. How about a pipe? You would look good with a pipe and slippers.
Would I?
Yes, you would.
Okay. And do I need a red velvet robe?
Yeah, it's got to be velvet.
Yeah, you and Heth.
What was the top song of 1970?
And I need one of those hats like the captain and Captain Tennille wore.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Oh, yeah.
What was the top song of 1970? This duo was originally called Tom and Jerry, and they changed.
Tom and Jerry.
Uh-huh. You didn't know that, did you?
Seals and Croft.
No.
Loggins and Messina?
No. They had a big hit in the movie The Graduate.
Oh, that's Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, they were Tom and Jerry.
No.
Uh-huh. What did a loaf of bread cost in 1970?
17 cents.
25.
25.
How about a Ford Pinto without the exploding gas tank?
I had one.
I drove one for a while.
Yeah.
1919.
That's what it cost?
$1,919.
One of my most embarrassing moments ever in radio happened in a Ford Pinto.
Can you share it on this radio station?
Yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Years ago when I was working down south.
Down south, define.
Down around Marion.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Big Jim Thompson was at Giant City State Park.
Probably sopping up a little fried chicken.
Yeah. And my news vehicle at the time was a Ford Pinto. So I'm driving up to the...
Got the call letters on the side?
Yeah.
All right.
News Mobile 1.
Yeah. And
Pinto 1.
You know, of course, there's no air conditioning in it. And it's about 110 in the shade because it's middle of July.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down the road, and I see Big Jim and his bodyguards jogging. And I'm driving, and I kind of slow down, so that,
You run over
just
one
to
of them?
slow down, just to slow down. And he looks over, he goes, "Hey, Mark, how's it going?" And I sunk real low into that seat of that Pinto.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Big Jim's still around. He took a big job in a Chicago law firm, and everybody, that has a state issue goes to him.
So that's my embarrassing story from.
I reported on
Ford
his
Pinto.
election here at this station. It got down to 2 or 3 votes. Remember, he ran against Adlai Stevenson, and that was in the balance, and I remember reporting on that at this radio station. Go ahead, Dave.
This company originally sold noodles, but it wasn't until 1970 that they started selling electronics.
Sony.
No, I've got one of their TVs at my house.
Samsung.
Yes.
They sold noodles
first, then got into electronics.
That's a logical
George Harrison subconsciously plagiarized a 1960...
My Sweet Lord.
Yeah, what did he plagiarize subconsciously? The Chiffons did. The Chiffons did it. No, the Chiffons. He's so fine.
He's so fine.
He's so fine.
Which I think. And final question.
Mm-hmm.
In the 1970 Mr. Olympia final, the judges could not decide between Sergio Olivia and this other person.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
How about Lou Ferrigno?
So the two of them, exhausted, agreed to walk off. Sergio left, but this other person, after taking one step, turned back to the judges, mocked Sergio for leaving, and started posing again and won.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It was Arnold.
Arnold.
He could have said, "I'll be back," because he was. He was. So
I'll be back.
Okay, Mike.
And guess what? One more time.
One more time, real quick.
Okay, Blake Shelton tickets. They go on sale on Friday, but you have an opportunity to win 2. All you have to do is log into the Facebook page where our live link is to YouTube. You put your name in there, your real name in there. The same with the YouTube page if you want to put your name there. And we will do this again tomorrow. You can win 2 tickets to the Ford Center to see Blake Shelton. Thank you for joining us and Morning Coffee.
We'll be back.
We'll be
Thanks for listening to WFIW-FM